We came to study music, theater, and visual arts. We had a soundtrack to our studies at BU, the quintets that rehearsed on the roof, theater students practicing their lines in hallways, the sound of hammers and power tools of a building under construction. The janitors told me there were mice that hide in the pianos and accompany pianists by singing when they play. While it was sometimes disruptive, the construction was a demonstration of the value BU places on the arts, their willingness to update and beautify our facilities. A newly renovated CFA was unveiled in fall 2020. And while BU invested in the CFA building, our classrooms were never meant to be housed solely in 855 Commonwealth Avenue. Our classes were meant to be concert halls and gallery showings. Our classrooms, the places we'd find our teachers, our mentors, and other artists in the community, in the Museum of Fine Arts, at Booth Theater, and on stage with the Boston Symphony. During the pandemic, we learned how privileged we had been to be able to actively pursue our artistic passions in person. Privileged that our days could be spent away from screens. Privileged because art is about engaging with one another as members of a community. As we leave campus, leave our final BU Zoom meeting, remember, "Fuck it, won't cut it" isn't just a slogan about wearing masks. It's an attitude we will adopt to keep our communities safe, an attitude to adopt in becoming actively anti-racist. The pandemic has shown us it's a privilege to show up. As we enter the new normal, we won't mute ourselves. We won't keep our cameras off. We will show up for BIPOC communities, for LGBT communities, for people living with disabilities, for people living with mental health issues, for all marginalized communities. We will show up to support our fellow artists, show up for ourselves. This is how we will heal as a community, and more broadly on a societal level. Through the early months of isolation during the pandemic, I had the privilege of being penned up pals with Brendan Bernard, who committed a crime at the age of 18 years old and became the youngest offender to receive the death penalty by the United States federal government. After spending 20 years on death row, he was executed on December 10, 2020, for murder after multiple clemency pleas were rejected by the US government. I want to share something he said. "When I see a movie and there are other people walking by, doing whatever, not knowing that a movie is being made about this one guy who saved the world, I imagine that they too are in their own movie, on their way to save the world too." To the gentle graduating class of 2021, I look forward to your movie, the ways that as artists you will start conversations, the ways you will save the world.